Know thyself, an ancient Greek proverb found at the gates of the Oracle of Delphi. In this chapter, I want to show you why I know this workbook can help in your struggle with OCD. Whether you are a sufferer, a parent, a counselor, or a friend of someone afflicted with OCD, then this workbook can show you what you can do to help. I will also briefly describe to you what this workbook is all about, what makes it different from the rest, and how it will help you, the reader, beat OCD. Let's begin by starting with what this book is all about. This book is about learning how you can end your struggle with OCD and begin living a life that is more relaxing and enjoyable. You will learn how to live a more fulfilling, complete life that is not held captive by OCD and the fear and the suffering it brings to you every day. This workbook has only one purpose, and that is showing you how to beat OCD by outsmarting it. Now, what this workbook isn't. There are no frills in this workbook. I am focused on keeping this workbook as short as possible so that it is less intimidating to you, the reader. I intentionally will not be explaining different subjects and topics as thoroughly as you may like me to. Believe me, I would much rather write a 400-page workbook with large technical words and a very detailed treatment plan, interwoven with very specific hand-picked motivational techniques. The point that I'm trying to make to you is that this workbook is not a thorough explanation on the many topics relating to OCD. Almost all other workbooks will provide much more detail and explain ideas much more comprehensively. I have included those workbooks and books in the reading list if you're interested in reading in more detail about any of the topics described in this workbook. What this workbook is. After acquiring so much information on living with OCD for over 44 years and treating it professionally for over 20 years, I want to share every hard-earned pearl of wisdom that I have gained with you in this workbook. You will learn how to practice and perfect all of my most potent, proven strategies and techniques to overcome your OCD. I'll give you my personal arsenal of destruction that I have successfully used for many years to help my clients remove the wreck of OCD from their lives. This arsenal of destruction is my collection of the most effective techniques. These highly valued techniques were chosen for you, by me, because they are robust, hard-hitting exercises that work fast and consistently. These powerful techniques are based on decades of scientific research and are proven to be the most effective treatments for OCD in the world today, period. In other words, these evidence-based treatment methods used in this workbook are the gold standard. This workbook will plainly show you how to use my proven treatment program to outthink your OCD. You can learn to live a normal life without all your obsessions, anxiety, worrying, and of course those bizarre rules and compulsions you currently have to do or else. Does that sound good? Are you ready to begin? Life unexamined is not worth living. Socrates. Why I wrote this workbook. The reason I wrote this workbook is that I am incredibly confident that I can help you change your life for the better. I can benefit you by showing you how to remove almost all of your OCD symptoms, including negative emotions such as anxiety, depression, guilt, or anger. Can I ask you a few quick questions, please? Are we supposed to accept the cards we've been dealt with in life, or are we supposed to work on ourselves like we would a computer or a car that is broken? Do you just want to inherit your future, or do you plan on making it with your own hands? If you were trapped on a raft, floating down a raging river heading towards a 500-foot waterfall, would you lay back and hope for a change, or would you try your best to maneuver the raft towards the shore? Your answers to these questions will predict if you will beat OCD or not. I am pretty sure that you answered that you would definitely try to save your life if it was within your power. I imagine that you said to yourself that you would like to create your life and make it with your own hands. This means you are a survivor. Survivors are those people who would decide to take control of their lives and shape it with their own hands. This treatment plan is for the survivor, a person like you who would fight for their life and look for a way to avoid the fatal waterfall. This workbook is about how you will self-correct what Mother Nature didn't do quite right for you, and how you will learn to live a peaceful, happy life. In the following pages, I will demonstrate for you how to outthink your OCD simply and effectively. My workbook metaphor. This workbook is a life preserver designed to pull you out of the hopelessness of OCD's wrath. I treat you, the reader, as one of my clients who's suffering from possible depression, anxiety, guilt, or disgust. I just want to help you. I'm throwing this book overboard to sufferers drowning in the oceans of OCD because I want you to have hope and understanding of how to overcome OCD. I notice that many workbooks on OCD are too complicated, too long, and too confusing with psychiatric jargon and psychological terms. I wrote this rescue book for the sole purpose of creating the briefest, most straightforward, yet extremely effective and complete treatment program for managing and beating OCD. Just hold on to this workbook until you get stronger and can swim on your own. How I know my treatment plan works. If my treatment plan doesn't work, for me, when I'm anxious, depressed, and struggling with intrusive thoughts, then I am non-productive. If I don't manage my OCD, then I'm not well. And if I'm not thriving at work, then my clients don't get effective treatment for their OCD symptoms. If my treatment plan doesn't work for my clients, then I don't have a thriving counseling practice. And I don't eat. Listen, just like my clients, I won't leave you until you are stronger and capable of beating OCD. You will become stronger, I promise. Just be patient. Life changes in steps, not leaps. Just remember that the treatment plan we are using is proven to be the most effective treatment for OCD in the world. I would not steer you in the wrong direction. There is an extreme urgency in my clients to get out of the clutches of OCD. This is because when you suffer from OCD, you feel powerless and out of control of your thoughts and feelings. You often feel overwhelmed by anxiety and depression. My clients want me to clearly show them how to get better overnight. I tell them that it is impossible to get better in minutes or hours, but you can get better in days or weeks and months. I promise them I will show only the techniques that will give them the most bang for the buck to provide them with some relief. This workbook delivers solutions to readers who are looking for answers and possess a feeling of urgency to figure out how to overcome OCD quickly and simply. I, with many other mental health professionals, have decoded OCD's algorithms and can show you how to rewrite the code in your brain so that you can gain control of your thoughts, your feelings, and behaviors. It's that simple. How I designed this workbook. I designed this workbook to be extremely short, simple, and practical, and effective. This workbook will show you exactly how I work with my clients in my counseling practice. My treatment plan is holistic in that it uses a diverse variety of scientifically proven techniques and strategies. I use the very best of a whole list of evidence-based therapies already proven to beat OCD. This unique, tried and true combination of therapies I've included in this workbook are much stronger together than they are apart. I've combined them together for you in a way that will weaken your OCD tremendously. I will show you the whole relationship between what OCD actually is and how this treatment plan will help you outthink your OCD. I will show you how all of these different therapies and techniques are all fundamentally just different ways of looking at the same concept. By showing you how to think about OCD more simply, you will learn how to become more confident in your relationship with OCD. You will learn to manage OCD instead of reacting to it. When you start using senses you've neglected, your reward is to see the world with completely fresh eyes. Barbara Scher. What makes this workbook different than all the rest? This workbook solves many problems that I feel other workbooks ignore. This workbook focuses on and solves the actual problems that people suffer from who have OCD and anxiety.